Hello, my name is Tyler Nelson, and I'm doing a mini lecture on deviant beliefs. So, in this PowerPoint, we're going to be covering the difference between what deviant beliefs are and what deviant behavior is, and what their differences are. We're going to talk about conspiracy theories and demonology. I will give some examples of conspiracy theories and how to avoid conspiracy theories altogether. So, what are deviant attitudes or beliefs? It's holding unconventional or different beliefs than the majority of society, and it often creates cultural divides between people. Um, People in the olden days used to be tortured, imprisoned, and murdered due to holding unconventional beliefs. Think about like religion in the old days. Like if you disagreed with what the church said, you were no longer living. Um, and sometimes in certain countries in our modern world, you can still be arrested for holding unconventional or different beliefs. Iran, China, Saudi Arabia, etc. And an important thing to know about deviant beliefs is it's less about what the truth really is, but more about who thinks that it's true. So if, let's say, some super powerful figure or organization was telling us that they believe like 1 plus 1 equals 3, but you knew that 1 plus 1 equals 2. But since they're so powerful, they can and they hold the majority of every influence in society. They can make it so your belief of 1 plus 1 equals 2 is the unconventional belief. And something that's very important is you can have a deviant belief without ever acting upon those beliefs. An example of a deviant belief would be believing in a different religion than what is considered normal in your area. For example, Hinduism in Mississippi. How are deviant beliefs different from deviant behavior? So beliefs in the most simple context is your thoughts, and it does not really have much to do with bringing it to action. It's just your thoughts, while deviant behavior is your actions. Um, Deviant beliefs are often considered deviant due to fear of what would happen if these thoughts were acted upon. An example would be deviant belief holding the idea that your race is superior to others, while deviant behavior would be partaking in rallies or discrimination action against other races. So, what are conspiracy theories? According to the textbook, treachery, often unethical, secret, organized, and they have to be exposed for their nefarious doings. And according to the academic article, it's an explanation of past, present, or future events caused by a small group of powerful people working in secret for their own benefit. And in that same academic article, there are a couple studies that say 73% of U.S. citizens believe that they are out of control and technology has made them easier to spread, with 77% of people blaming social media. So what I think is very important to point out about conspiracy theories is they're not always lies. Some of them are true. Now there's some really outlandish ones, like lizard people controlling the world in our politics. That is obviously not true. And people who think of that are the lunatics that people are blaming for it being out of control. But some of them are very true. An example of this would be the U.S. government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing after Hiroshima. That was the conspiracy theory, and it turned out to be partially true, as the U.S. did have agents, but they were stealing parts of the recently deceased without permission. So they weren't stealing entire dead bodies, they were just stealing parts. But that conspiracy theory did turn out to be true. Demonology. This is a very important aspect of a conspiracy theory, and almost every single one of them has some kind of influence with demonology in it. It's a theory of evil, and it will portray figures as devils and demons to help the public or the people who are listening to the conspiracy theory identify who the enemy is. And then once the evil is identified, crimes will be attributed to them, whether they did it or not. And in conspiracy theories, reflecting about demonology, there's the good guys and the bad guys, and there isn't really an in between. The bad guys are what we call the demons, and uh, they're the evil. While the good guys are the people who bring to light the conspiracy theory. And so the quintessential demon of conspiracy theories is Hitler. So there's a bunch of shows on conspiracy theories, and every once in a while I start watching them, and almost every other episode is always about Nazis or Hitler. So I put a gold coin because there's all kind of conspiracy theories about Nazi gold being hidden everywhere after they stole from all the other countries. And then one of the most famous ones is Hitler in Argentina. And this one kind of turned out to be true because it is known that a couple Nazis were able to escape Germany and find their way to Argentina. And some of them were prosecuted once they got identified. But this one involves Hitler like faking his death, somehow getting away without anyone knowing, like a body double and anything. It's a wild conspiracy theory. And obviously the demon is Hitler. He's known as one of the most, if not the most evil person in all of human history. So how do we avoid conspiracy theories? Conspiracy theories are everywhere. And as I said on the previous slide, there's plenty of shows that are focused solely around explaining conspiracy theories, from aliens to U.S. government plots to Nazis. They're everywhere. And the way I find the best to avoid conspiracy theories and not getting trapped in the loophole is to just do your own research. If you hear something that you're like, whoa, that sounds crazy, but you don't know if it's true or not, you should just do a couple minutes of research to see if you can find any evidence that supports it or completely disputes it. And possibly even distance yourself from the people who are in the conspiracy theories, because the more time you spend around someone, the more you inherit their beliefs. And if you're arguing with a conspiracy theorist, do not use facts, as they don't care about the facts. They have their own opinion, and more than not, it's not backed up by factual evidence. So the summary of this presentation is: deviant beliefs are your thoughts, and they do not have to become an action. Deviant behavior is the action, and holding beliefs that are unconventional are considered just as deviant as someone who is acting on those beliefs. Conspiracy theories are everywhere, and the best way to avoid them is to be knowledgeable and do your own research on the topic. Demonology is used in almost all conspiracy theories as a way to identify evil, and that we should all be against, like pointing out who the bad guy is. This is my works cited, and thank you.